Whisht, lads, haad your gobs. This is the tale of the Lambton Worm, a creature that grew from a careless mistake into a terror that wrapped itself around the land, a Northumbrian legend of courage and consequence.
Sunday morning, Lambton went a-fishing in the Wear, and catched a fish upon his hook he thought looked very queer. But what the kind of fish it was, young Lambton couldn't he tell. He wasn't fesh to carry it home, so he hoyed it doon the well. Whisht, lads, haad your gobs, I'll tell yous all an awful story. Whisht, lads, haad your gobs, I'll tell you boot the worm. Lambton felt inclined to gan and fight in foreign wars. He joined a troop of knights that cared for neither wounds nor scars, and off he went to Palestine, where queer things him befell, and very soon forgot about the queer worm in the well. Whisht, lads, haad your gobs, I'll tell yous all an awful story. Whisht, lads, haad your gobs, I'll tell you boot the worm. The worm got fat and grad an awful size. He'd great big teeth, a great big gob, and great big goggly eyes. And when at night he crawled about to pick up bits of news, if he felt dry upon the road, he'd milk a dozen coos. Whisht, lads, haad your gobs, I'll tell yous all an awful story. Whisht, lads, haad your gobs, I'll tell you boot the worm. This fearful worm, it often fed on calves and lambs and sheep, and swallowed little bairns alive when they lay down to sleep. And when he'd eaten all he could and he had had his fill, he crawled away and lapped his tail 10 times round Penshaw Hill. Whisht, lads, haad your gobs, I'll tell yous all an awful story. Whisht, lads, haad your gobs, I'll tell you boot the worm. The news of this most awful worm and his queer gannins on soon crossed the seas and got to the ears of brave and bold Sir John. So Yemi came and catched the beast and cut him into halves, and that soon stopped him eating bairns and sheep and lambs and calves. Whisht, lads, haad your gobs, I'll tell yous all an awful story. Whisht, lads, haad your gobs, I'll tell you boot the worm. So knew you know who all the folks on both sides of the Wear lost lots of sheep and lots of sleep and lived in mortal fear. So let's have one for brave Sir John, who kept the bairns from harm, saved coos and calves by making halves of the famous Lambton Worm. No, lads, I'll haad my gob, that's all I know about the story of Sir John's clever job with the awful Lambton Worm.
Sir John had seen us! Go now!